if you an active gangbanger and you really on your shit every day, you know what I mean? It's a whole different lifestyle. You waking up, doing your thing, homie. You know what I'm saying? You probably banging on every nigga you run across, asking niggas where they from. They say the wrong hood, you might get off and get cracking, bust on a nigga. Like, niggas know what an active member out here do. Now, if you from your area, whether you from it and you never been active, whether you've been active before and you fell back due to whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying, and you moved on to something else, which is my scenario. Like, I do music. I'm chasing the goal. I'm pursuing my dream. So, you know what I mean, I'm realistic with myself. I see the steps you gotta take in the work you gotta put in, and that's what I do day to day.
Sniper and Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Man, I've been stumbling across the homie Kenny Kingpin content, and he's a very intelligent brother. Although he is very familiar with the trenches, because he done lived, he done seen, he done experienced, he done thought, perhaps traveled. I'm sure he traveled quite a bit too. It just comes across in a way. I hear him present his content, express himself. Plus, he an MC from long ago. So the way he articulates is important to him. It's a short video, man. I just like the title. I have no idea what he's gonna say, but we finna check it out. Oh my mama, with no further ado, let's see what Pop LQ says entry-level gang members have been up to.
Allow me to share a perspective. Gangbanging doesn't give you any superpowers, bro. And as expected, it doesn't come with any life insurance, dental plans, and pension either. See, when it comes to street ranking or protocol, gangbanging is merely an entry-level position. Now, for those deep committed, it might be disappointing here, but that's the reality of it. Entry level means that it doesn't require any skill set or any particular talent. It's just all you have to have is heart and adherence to the game.
Yeah. Heart is not even a requirement. Heart to do what? Get punched on for a few seconds? You don't need no heart to gangbang, but continue to cook keyway.
Rules. Now, we know even a young child can understand that. Now, once you start to navigate the gangbanging world, which is actually a small world within the real world,
Hey, cut on remind you of crooked eye.
you eventually recognize or should come into the realization that you got to make some money. Now, if you demonstrate a certain level of entrepreneurship, if you can manage and run a disciplined operation, you might be able to move up.
See, cuz from the rich rolling side of town. And although that there are people on the east side who balled out, can't say it's not. Plenty of them. We're not going to start dropping names and roll calling. However, there was a hierarchy and a pecking order that you could sit at the top of on the east side without having no real change. Oh, Baba, because, you know, we was extremely poverty stricken as far as the community and environment coming from, you know, basically Watts versus the Crenshaw district where they was rich rolling at.
You can eventually become an actual player, right? And at this point, you'll be faced with a decision. Keep gang banging or focus on making some money. Trying to balance both attracts unwanted attention. Trust, gang banging is going to interfere with all your business venture and investments. This is why when most people are successful in making money, they want to keep all that shit away from them, as they should. Now, sooner or later, the responsibilities of choosing money over gangs becomes clear, right? As such, and eventually, you should evolve away from gangbanging if you prioritize. Now remember, as I mentioned, being part of a gang don't give you no special abilities or benefits. I believe the casualty rate makes that self-evident. So it's important to understand how the street hierarchy works. Gangbanging is simply where you start, entry level. When you first leave your comfort zone and step off the porch, the initial step is gangbanging. And as you prove your ability to earn, to generate income through different operations, you eventually move up to a D-boy or hustler. If you're successful in any of those, you become a part-time gang member in that moment on focusing on the higher priority, which is getting some money, which you should be. And if you continue to excel, you can progress into a full-fledged player, mastering the art of making money. Again, no intention to belittle or break the spirits of committed gang members, but the truth is, gang banging is the beginning, entry-level position in the street life.
Once again, for a man, period, this is gospel, great news, all facts over feelings, whoever feelings they might happen to be. You know, gangbanging is something that was started by children, that most people began as a child, that you should mature out, pass beyond and out of. However, within the gangbang actual culture, there is no necessity from on the east side, traditionally, to add anything else to your resume other than gangbanging to still be considered a street success. Now, life, yes, but within gangbanging, nah. As long as you stump down sturdy, that's all it take. Oh, my.
That's what it is, bro. That's it, that's all. I mean, all it takes is a simple observation and comparison of those who have had a long-term commitment to that lifestyle of gangbanging versus those who've evolved into a more productive way of life. And you will see there's a consistent detrimental ending to the gangbanging lifestyle versus those who've evolved into a more productive way of life.
Of course, there's absolutely zero disagreement with any of that. I just, if we're going to speak from the parameters of within the actual gangbang life, outside of comparing real life and productive life to gangbang, we're talking about in gangbang life, what could be considered a success is on the east side. You don't have no finances needed. So don't think everybody on the east side is just busted, dusted, and disgusted. It's a lot of niggas that touch the gang of change too, though, but they didn't necessarily come from it. Like on the west side, it's more common to find people whose parents had a few dollars.
That's just simple and plain. Only someone that's naive or too new to know will fail to see the lack of success in that way of life. Just my PSA for today. Kenny Kingpin, aka Papa LQ. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, he ain't lying about the fact that, man, ain't no dollars in banging. There are some people who have big dollars, and, you know, I'm going to say rest in peace to Del Dog, just to give one prime example of somebody who seemed to never lay down that gangbang affiliation whatsoever, but maintain having a bunch of dollars. It looks like he lived long when you look back, but now you still realize he died as a young man. Shout out to Kenny Kingpin, Papa LQ, for just dropping them knowledge and nuggets on his neighborhood.
But I mean, some of the laws in California have been twisted to where just being from a gang is the crime. So, you know what I mean, if you're around your homies and your hood happen to be under an injunction, being around each other is a violation of you know what I'm saying, a law. So, in some circumstances, they create laws to bear something that beforehand wouldn't be illegal becomes illegal just because of your affiliation, like gang enhancements for your crimes.
Snakewood Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.